Hello and welcome to ArsenPool, the world's first Arsenal-Liverpool podcast. And it is our debut podcast today. I'm Michael Cotter and this is Matthew Bloomfield, your two new favourite people to discuss all matters Arsenal and Liverpool.
Alright, mate.
Right.
It's going to be good, interesting today, I feel.
This is our first podcast and maybe we should try and explain a little bit what we're going to do in these podcasts. Basically, the plan is that I am an Arsenal fan, Michael Cotter, and Matthew is a Liverpool fan, hence the name ArsenPool.
I like what we've done there. I think it's pretty unique.
I think it's a clever connection.
It's better than liver arse.
Liver arse or liver
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Liverpool. It's too close to Liverpool, so we went with ArsenPool.
ArsenPool. And it sort of rhymes with the actual name of the team.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is it's going to be a basic review of the games, and we apologise that it is beginning in the middle of the season, but we only thought to do it over Christmas. So, and this is the first opportunity that we had. The general premise of the podcast will be is that I, the Arsenal fan, will be reviewing the Liverpool game as objectively and unbiased as possible, and Matt will be reviewing the Arsenal game. And I think it's fair to say that we've got a bit of respect for each club. But at the same time, there's a bit of animosity there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I suppose we'll get into what I think about Arsenal, what you think about Liverpool in a minute.
Yeah. We don't even know. This is an experiment for us as well. We're going to find out what we feel.
All I'm saying is, if this week's not that good, just come back next week because might be a little bit better.
Yeah, well, we
this week's going to be good anyway, so
we're going to stumble. There'll be a few things. So basically, the premise will be we'll go through games today. We're going to have to go through two games because we've been and watched the games. We're going to watch our last two games. So that is, let me check my agenda. That is Stoke Liverpool, and then we've got Arsenal Villa. Then we have Arsenal Fulham, and then we have Liverpool Villa. They're the games we're going to discuss today. Then we'll also go through a few of the sort of topics and stories of the week, big stories we think.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have our favourite part of the podcast, which is our mutual hatred of Manchester United.
And I don't just think Liverpool and Arsenal fans can join in this part. I think this might be, the biggest part of the podcast.
Yeah, I think everyone in the country that isn't a United fan will enjoy it. Yeah. And if you are a United fan, you should listen to it because everything we'll say is true and fact. So that's
not opinion, it's fact. Hard facts.
Hard facts about how scummy they are. So, a little bit of an introduction. I am Michael Cotter. I am a PhD student. I suppose that's what I can have to say about myself. We have got absolutely no authority to discuss any of these matters.
None at all.
We've got no affiliation with either club other than fans.
Yeah.
We're fans. We have got nothing to do with the sport or football. We play a little bit. At about the most low down level you can, but we've got no authority to discuss these matters.
But we're going to do it anyway.
Well, I think anyone.
If Adrian Chiles can do it, I can do it.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, if that little podgy wanker discussing football matters, we can.
You've dropped the W bomb down. We're going to have to put like an age rating on it.
Yeah, that's fine. And I support Arsenal. I've supported them for a while. My love has only grown for them as I get older. I go to games when I can, and that's when I have the money. I go to the games and I enjoy watching them very much. But I can only say I can really discuss the Wenger era due to my tender age of 24. Matt, do you want to talk about yourself a little bit?
Yeah, Matt, I work for a bank. Unfortunately or fortunately, however way you want to look at it. Yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan. Dabbled with Liverpool when I was younger. A bit of a jumped on the Liverpool bandwagon because my family's bought Liverpool, or part of my family anyway.
Yeah, we're both Southern, by the way.
Yeah,
so
we're
any
both.
northern
I've
listeners-
actually never been anywhere near Liverpool.
Yeah.
Well,
you've been to
I've been to Manchester. Yeah, but no, I don't know. I just feel connected more to Liverpool than I do any other club, and you know, I think we've both said times are hard for both our teams recently in the recent last 3 years.
That's one of the main reasons I think that we're doing this podcast is that I think both our clubs have a lot in common. I think that we've got a good history, good fan base, good international influence, good stadium, sort of from good cities, and we are. I think it's safe to say that we are both huge underachievers in the past. I don't know. 10 years. I mean, both of us have had a bit of glory here and there, but
so
we're not doing as well as we could. So I think my opinion on Liverpool is
you can be honest here.
They annoy me. The club annoys me a bit because I don't like the fact that they still think they are a European superpower when they're not really, and it frustrates me.
Harsh.
Well,
no.
Okay, but no. There's going to be disagreements in this. Quite from the outset, there's going to be. But I don't. They annoy me a bit. I don't mind. I used to like them a bit more when I was younger, and I used to like them even like up to about 4 years ago. But since Hodgson came, since who was the manager for him? Benitez. When Benitez left, I started to sort of dislike them more and more because they got shit. They went shit, but no fans had. I think they knew deep down, but I don't like the. I really
dark days.
Yeah,
the Hodgson era, dark days.
But I think it's actually they knew things were bad.
Yeah.
But I hate the fact that they still thought they were better than Arsenal.
Okay.
Even in the periods of our trophyless drought that we're in, I think generally we have been a better team than Liverpool for the past, on the whole. During our whole drought, I think we've been better. There's been, I think, one season where you finished about
second, yeah.
Out of all those years, I know you won trophies, but anyway, so that's my feeling to the club. I don't mind them too much. I'm going to try and be unbiased. There are players in that team that I hate. There are players in that team that I quite like. There's some I'm indifferent about. I'm not yet decided on Brendan Rodgers as a manager. Okay. Sometimes I think he's alright, sometimes I don't.
Fair enough. My opinion on Arsenal. Actually, I'm not too. I've never had any really bad feelings about Arsenal. I've never really seen Liverpool and Arsenal. I understand the premise that a lot of people don't like Liverpool. Yeah, I'm fine with that. But I don't think Liverpool and Arsenal have ever had any sort of rivalry. When Arsenal have been challenging for the title, you know, Liverpool haven't really been there or thereabouts. I don't really see them as a challenger this year. I mean, I think we're challenging for the top four, and I don't really mind who else gets in there with us.
It's sort of a strange rivalry.
I do.
We're sort of a rivalry for which one is.
Yeah.
Neither one wants to be the shittest of the big clubs.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that is well, we're not the shittest. You're the shittest.
Yeah, exactly. I think that is a part of it. But in regards to, I like Wenger, but sometimes I just can think he's, I don't know. I've had enough of him. Sometimes you just think I've had enough of him. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just you watch his interviews and it's the same. He says that he just goes on about the same thing.
You can. Depending
he's
on
like
the result,
saturated.
You can
just watch any interview.
Yeah, you can. You know exactly what he's going to say. Before. You could write it down on a script.
So
technically we were good.
Some Arsenal fans annoy me because they just I don't know. I think they've got a good thing and. Like I suppose, like you said, that I think Arsenal have been a more successful club. Not maybe trophy-wise, but playing football in position. Yeah, more consistent. And I got respect for Arsenal because they're not Chelsea, they're not City.
Agreed, yes.
Because no one's thrown any money at. No one's thrown any money at.
I don't detest Liverpool as much as Chelsea. And I don't detest
in fact,
City. As much as I want to, I don't.
No, I quite like City because I like their players. That's why though.
And I hate Man United.
Yeah, everyone hates Man United.
That's cool.
Right.
So I think basically we can go straight into the reviews of the games. So we're going to go right the way back to last Sunday for the Stoke versus Liverpool game.
Thriller. Absolute thriller.
4 o'clock kickoff.
Yep.
The score was Stoke 3, Liverpool 5. And this is my thoughts on the game first. So first things first, I thought Liverpool were deserved winners. I thought that they played overall, they were overall by the better team of the two. They played some lovely football. They did score some lovely goals, particularly Suarez's second and Sturridge's goal. I thought were very nice, very good football. But I think that the result highlights a few weaknesses in the team, and I think that game sort of exemplified, despite a good win, one of the reasons why I don't think they have quite got it in them to win the title this year. Conceding 3 goals to Stoke in the way they do, I think highlighted quite a few defensive frailties. And I was thinking about this, I think that the game sort of highlighted that Liverpool, they can play some tremendous football, but I'm still struggling to see them really dominate a midfield performance physically and through possession, keep the ball really well, and completely wipe a team off. They just a controlled, efficient performance, which is something that's actually sort of crept into Arsenal's game very recently. What they do have is the ability to sort of concede 2, but then blow you away in a few minutes and just come forward with the 3 up front with Sterling and Coutinho and Suarez and Sturridge and Gerrard. That ability to just do something brilliant and completely wipe away a team and score some goals. In that game particularly, I thought you were gifted your first 3 goals, was it? The first 3?
Yeah,
the first one was
pretty much so,
the deflection, the crazy deflection. Then there was the Shaw cross gift to Suarez. And then there was a penalty, was there not?
Yeah.
It was a gift, so I thought you were sort of the Sterling penalty.
Sterling, yeah, well,
let's face it. For me, I didn't think it was as bad a dive as what we saw in the next game.
Yeah.
From Liverpool, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, okay.
We'll get to it later. Sterling, let's say he went down lightly, if we're going to be generous, but probably a penalty. So I thought you were gifted the first 3 goals. I thought that's it, but it went 2-0 and then it went to 2-2.
Yeah.
I thought Stoke fought back well. I mean, I think you can't be letting Crouch score the goal that he scored, and I didn't think there was a lot you could do about the Charlie Adams strike. It was a brilliant strike. So 2-0, you should think, right, this game in the bag. And then it became a real thriller. It became a real slog for Liverpool. Stoke got back into it. Then they gifted them the penalty, and then was it 5-2, and then Stoke got a goal right.
It went.
I think
yeah, 4-2, 4-3.
Oh really?
5-3.
Oh yeah. It was
Sterling.
Sturridge scored right at the end. I
got
think
5th.
it was
Yeah.
a sub. And I think Sturridge is a class act, and I think when Suarez leaves in the summer, or the summer after, or whenever, when he next throws his toys out his pram, I think Sturridge is more than capable to fill his shoes. I think he's a real class act, and I think eventually Brendan Rodgers will stop faffing around with the 3-5-2s, and he'll have to go back to a 4-3-3 to keep up with the midfield battles amongst the other big boys in there that don't play 3-5-3. I mean, City can get away with 4-4-2 because they've got such quality in their team. You don't need 3 in the middle when you've got Yaya Toure, but I think Liverpool will have to go back to 4-3-3 eventually, and there won't be room to have these 2 strikers alongside each other. They're going to have to work out how that's going to work. Maybe Suarez drops back into number 10 role or something like that. But anyway, I think Sturridge is to come away from a long injury layoff like he did and come back and be as comfortable as he was straight away. I thought he's a good prospect for Liverpool and a very good prospect for England as well. But overall, I thought a few things were creeping into that game that highlighted some problems and a bit of luck for Liverpool. I think got them. I think the scoreline flattered them. I didn't think they were worth 5 goals, but overall they deserved to win the game. But I think those weaknesses, there was warning signs there which materialised in yesterday's game.
Yeah.
So that's my thought on the Stoke-Liverpool match.
Right.
Anything to respond?
Well, so my first response is, in regards to Stoke, I mean,
You've got notes there on the iPad.
Of course I am, yeah.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah. Well, when you're
Response notes.
exactly, so when you say something, I have a write down of what I'm going to say back, so I can remember
I wish
it.
I could do that.
Well, you should have put your own iPad.
Put a pen and paper.
Anyway, so it's not an advert for an iPad. They are good though.
A undisclosed tablet.
Yeah, it could be Android. Our history in regards to Stoke is as you know, we've never beaten them away in the Premier League before. So
I didn't know that.
yeah, well,
Do now.
you should have done your research before this podcast, mate. So it was a good result for us. But you are completely right in that we need 3, I think, quality signings because our squad.
In January?
Not in January. We're not going to get them in January. I don't think we'll get anyone in January.
For next season?
To compete, because the problem with our squad is we've got a lot of players, and Coutinho is, I think, the prime example of this, where he's got so much ability, but he can just go missing in games, and he can one game do something absolutely majestic, and then the next game he can do nothing. And we are a bit lightweight up top. I think that's some of the issues. So when
As in physically?
Physically, and it's
Coutinho, Suarez,
and when we play
Sterling aren't the biggest.
No, exactly, and so although it was a good win, like I do agree with you with some of the frailties, and we were gifted. I think Stoke's first 2 goals were good goals. They were the Crouch goal was a good goal. The Charlie Adams goal was a good goal.
Right, yeah.
Whereas our first 3 goals really, were a bit gifted to us. But we do
First one was just
play a lot of good possession football, which gets us these chances anyway.
Good point. You always make chances.
Yeah.
And you are scoring. I think you've scored more than we have this
season. The Sterling incident, I don't think it was a dive because there was contact. I think he's just so lightweight he went down.
I agree. I don't think it was a dive per se. I think it was very much a.
Put it this way: if that was a United player going down, I would have been unhappy with it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But because
if it was a Stoke player.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah, more United though, but. Yeah.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we've quite sorted out our centre back partnership.
Who did you start with? It was
Skirtle and Toure. And they're both decent players, but you look.
Is Toure the man to lead the title-winning defence?
Exactly.
Yeah?
Exactly. I mean, it's Daniel Agger should be our main man. I know he's injured. He should be our main man, but Brendan Rodgers has not been playing him. Even when he started to come in, and now he's got injured, and that's a shame. And Sakho's
on the bench.
He's a big man. He's a bit of a beast, but he can't play football that well in regards to he's got no real ability on the ball. So or maybe he has, and I haven't seen it, but he gets us into all sorts of problematic situations. I thought Sturridge, and when Sturridge come on, that was a game changer. It was because the way he links up with Suarez is they're both top quality.
They're on a real good wavelength.
They are on a real good wavelength. The thing that I found difficult with Sturridge and Suarez is that it's problematic in regards to it's difficult to be competitive with 2 up top in any game. Yeah. And that was. When we come onto the Villa game,
it's tough to really boss the midfield battle when you're playing with 2 centre forwards in the modern game. I mean,
games like, no disrespect to these clubs, but there's teams that we always beat. We'll always beat Norwich, we always beat them. Stick 2 up top against them, it's fine. But I do think, and both players they admit they can go play in different positions, but I do think that's a problem that. Sometimes tactically, you said you weren't 100% sure Brendan Rodgers. I am. I think he's a brilliant manager, but I think sometimes he can be a bit naive with his tactics.
Well, for a case in example was the Arsenal-Liverpool game this season, where he decided to go in with those tactics of playing when he thought, well, Arsenal, they're always weak defensively. We'll give him a right old torrid time with Sturridge and Suarez, the SAS up top.
They didn't
really get the ball to him because our midfield just bossed
it. But no, at the end of the day, it was a good win. Could have gone other way, but it didn't. And they're the kind of games that we would lose in last season. So, if anything, I'd say, we've definitely moved on this season.
Yeah, I completely agree.
So. We're on an upward trend, which is good. But
the signs were there last year that you were progressing under Rodgers and you were improving, and keeping Suarez was very important, and you've kept on that trajectory this year, I'd say. Yeah.
So that's basically the review of Stoke. So now it's my turn to have a little
the Villa game.
A little go on the Villa game.
Villa Arsenal. Monday night. Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football. So I'm going to be honest here. Didn't actually watch the first half live.
Well, no, we didn't.
I watched it back on Match of the Day.
Mm-hmm.
Not, the thing is with Arsenal and the thing is with this game is that it kind of nothing really happens, and then you'll score. You have a period where you'll just score, and then again nothing really happens.
Yeah.
It's a strange one because that's title winning style. Like I remember we used to watch the Chelsea game when Chelsea won the league for the first time under Mourinho. They were boring, so boring.
Yeah.
But you're winning games, and that's annoying. Like you've come. I mean, you beat Villa 2-1. I mean, obviously we're going to discuss us drawing against Villa at home. But I know that
we lost.
The only thing I think. I mean, I know Santi Cazorla did save you this weekend, but he nearly cost you because I'm not sure what he was doing, and Per Mertesacker went absolutely. If you didn't watch the game, essentially tried to pass it out. Well, it wasn't in a dangerous position as such, but Villa has lots of people.
Many opportunities to get
the ball. He should have booted it. He should have booted it. Tried a little cheeky pass, got intercepted. Brilliant. To be honest, it was an ridiculous,
very good
ball in, and Benteke finished it off. And then you did come under pressure slightly, but the game opened up, and I thought, to be honest, that you were probably good for a third maybe towards the end of the game, but just because I don't know, Villa aren't the greatest of teams this year. Sorry, Villa fans, but it's true. I'm not saying Liverpool are, but you are. Yeah, with Arsenal at the moment, it's odd because I've never really, the last few games, I don't really see them being in positions where they look like they're going to lose. It just looks really comfortable at the moment.
Yeah.
And it's with Ozil, like since Ozil's come, everyone raved about him, and he's a very, very good player, but the way Arsenal are playing kind of reminds me how I think he's playing, which is at the moment, it doesn't really look like he's doing much. But he's obviously doing something, because if you actually just, I mean, when I watched the first half back, I just looked at him and he doesn't lose the ball. He just keeps the ball moving. He doesn't do anything fantastic.
Yeah.
I suppose it's easy. It was easy at Real Madrid where the league's not as tough. It's not as competitive at all in Spain. So he had a lot more time on the ball. So I think the way I see Arsenal playing at the moment is just they just look comfortable, and I think we've got the best. In my opinion, Arsenal got the best midfield in the league. You certainly haven't got the greatest strikers in the league. So your midfield must be good. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You can't be top. It's so strange that a team. I can't think of the last time a team have not had a prolific striker and been top at this stage of the season.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's always the same. Like when Chelsea had Drogba, RVP for United, Suarez.
You go back and you think a few years ago with United, with Rooney just absolutely winning.
You just don't
bombing him in, and then Ronaldo as well, scoring 40 in a season.
Watching in Arsenal games at the moment, I mean, now I'm doing this ArsenPool podcast, I'm going to have to watch a lot more, but it's, as a fan, it must be, if you're an Arsenal fan, it must be satisfying, but then they're not doing when the Unbeatables was just unreal to watch. Doesn't feel that anymore. No. But I think that style of football had to change, and it's changed because you've got a few more gritty players in there now.
I think the main the issue there is that back then when we had Invincibles, we had access to a far wider talent pool, and Wenger was very skilled at selecting those players. And you look at those players; they were all physically big, they were competitive, they were quick, they were so skillful on the ball. They were so powerful at shooting, and so clinical and efficient. And we don't have access to that talent pool anymore. We don't have access to those players anymore because obviously we're not as competitive in terms of wages. Every team now has got access to Africa and France and whatnot in terms of their scouting networks, and we're not able to get those players. So our style has had to adjust. We've had to. We tried to continue that style for season after season after season. We'll play the best football, but we can't defend at all. We don't have defend as a team, and as a consequence, we didn't win anything. We didn't really look like winning anything, and we looked like we were very, very frail. but we also did do some very easy on the eye football.
Yeah.
But it's changed now. There is clearly a different mentality in the team that is, as cliche as it sounds, as goals strikers win you games, defenders win you titles, and that appears to be the ethos that's coming through the team now. Whether that's from Steve Ball's introduction as assistant manager or not, we don't know how influential he is over the team, but that is the definite mentality. Is let's not concede. Let's not concede. Yesterday when we beat Fulham, that was our 10th clean sheet of the season. It's not about wiping teams off the floor anymore. It's about
winning
just
games,
being efficient, just being clinical. And so a little word in the Villa game, that was the first half. We were clinical. We controlled the midfield battle, and then in 5 minutes, 2 bits of excellent bit of play from involving Ozil and Wilshere for both goals. Both goals were excellent finishes.
Yeah.
Both the Wilshere and the Giroud, excellent finishes, and that was it. 2-0, and you think, right,
done.
When you're 2-0 up, but that is a brilliant. That is a bit like Chelsea was back a few years ago and under Mourinho's first reign. They went 2-0 up. They didn't lose.
You never.
I don't think Arsenal have lost. I don't think we've definitely not lost, or we have won every game we've gone 2-0 up in.
Yeah.
I'm sure of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I think it's very difficult when you go behind against Arsenal these days because there's the midfield.
Well, apart from the Everton game,
yeah,
I don't think there's any games that we've not won that we've led in. I'm trying to think of another one.
Do you lead against City?
No.
No.
No, we went 1-0 down.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any game apart from Everton where we took the lead where we haven't gone on to win the game.
So you know, in summary, I thought it was comfortable. A little bit of naivety from Cazorla,
but he made up for
it.
But
he made up for it. We'll get into that. So, you know, that's what I thought of that. It wasn't a classic, and most of the games Arsenal have played this season haven't been. So, but they're top of the league.
Result was clearly the Norwich game. The 4-1 or 4-0. I struggle. I think it's 4-0. But a little word on Ozil. He is he's an enigmatic player. In that, I completely agree. I was thinking about this when I was watching the game yesterday. It's like he doesn't set the world alight at all. He doesn't really introduce much pace into the game. And I was trying to think of differences that he brings to the midfield that we didn't have last year. So last year our midfield three consisted for the majority of the season of Arteta, Cazorla and Wilshere, and it didn't work. The balance was completely wrong.
Yeah.
Arteta was too lightweight, he wasn't physical enough, and he didn't want to get in people's faces enough because it was adjusting to the role of defensive midfielder. Cazorla is very little, and he was just coming into the league, and found it, I think, difficult to really influence himself on games because of the physicality of it. And Wilshere was coming back from injury, and it didn't really work. He came back from an injury, and he was used to playing alongside Alex Song and Cesc Fabregas and RVP up front with Nasri on the left, and he was integrated amongst all these great talented players, and he came back and he was playing alongside Jorginho.
Yeah.
Arteta behind him.
Yeah. He's
got Cazorla in front of him, and he's sort of like he's wondering where the hell he is.
Yeah.
And you got Giroud up front. I don't know. Well, we'll come on to Giroud, I'm sure, at another time. And so the team felt very different. So Wilshere wasn't good, and I was thinking about well this year, Wilshere looks to have come back to his best. You've got Flamini, who's got a very different attitude behind Wilshere or Ramsey or whatnot, and you've got Ozil there in front. I was thinking, we've pushed Cazorla out on the left, and you have Ozil there, and he doesn't seem to. He's not always involved in everything. He's not always creating great chances, but he don't give the ball away.
No.
He very rarely gives it away.
Doesn't.
And he's very good at being able to sort of get the ball, and there's people around him, and he can just move us into spaces. And he's not just the kind of player who's going to pass it sideways. He will move the ball forwards, and he doesn't lose it. And I just feel like our balance is better
with him around,
with him in there. To the point I was thinking, well, I mean, if he's not doing anything that well, and I think Wilshere in the last few weeks has contributed more to goals and assists than Ozil has. When Ramsey's about to come back from injury, and he's going to want to be in there with his goal scoring record, and you think, well, are they going to bench Ozil? And I'm thinking, you can't, because it's all about the balance. It's not just about what people contribute in terms of goals and assists. It's about the balance, and that's what I think he provides.
Really
well, maybe not £42 million worth of provision in that way, but nonetheless,
enough to keep in the top of the league.
And we're top of the league, and we've been top of the league most of the season.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think we've covered those 2 games.
So
But this week we'll be doing 2, so the podcast will be slightly longer, I'm afraid.
I don't know. I think if people are still listening to this point, they need to have some sort of medal.
Yeah, we'll have
Have a break. Pause it.
have a break. Yeah, pause.
Get
Have
yourself a cup of tea.
Well,
I'd like to do that
beer.
right now, but we haven't got any milk, so
Well, that can't happen then.
no.
Let's get on with it because we've still got so much to get through.
Right. Okay. So now we'll discuss the Fulham game. So again, I didn't watch it live, but I watched.
That's not very good.
I know. Well,
Not very good
sorry.
preparation for the
Sorry.
first podcast. I had to sit through 2 Liverpool games.
Right. I've watched.
But we'll get. I can't
I
wait
watched
to
most
discuss
of it.
Liverpool yesterday.
Yeah.
Go on, go.
Brilliant.
2-0 Arsenal win. More of the same.
Yeah, it's more the same. No, I normally see Fulham come for a draw. They must have done because the way they set up, I thought watching the game back, they had very little, like, they had very little emphasis to go forward.
In the first half.
They had a couple of. The thing is,
Sidwell
I think
shot.
Berbatov is always going to be a good player, but
He seems to turn it on for Arsenal.
yeah, he does like Arsenal. I think he wants to transfer.
Don't think that's going to come off.
No. What I kind of was impressed with at the half time. I thought, well, that was quite an even game. I've been quite impressed with.
Yeah.
I say I've been impressed with Fulham recently. I haven't been really, but I was quite impressed with Fulham in the first half.
Yeah.
And as much as we've just kind of slagged off Santi Cazorla a bit, like he won you the game, and I just thought he was good at when nothing was going. He would take a chance and have a run at a player. And sometimes in games where you try all the intricate pass and you can get around, sometimes it just needs someone to get the ball, put their head down and run. And that's what he did.
Okay.
I thought both the goals were good. I thought they were all right. I don't think...
I thought the first goal was very well worked.
Yeah. I don't...
Excellent.
Again, I don't... It just kind of went away in a bit of a blur. I wasn't sitting there when it got to half time thinking Arsenal weren't going to win the game, but I just knew they were going to. I couldn't see Fulham winning it. I thought it was comfortable. If it was controlled. I would like to see a bit more of the Ox. He only got a little bit of time on the field.
I think next week has to be the week.
Yeah.
I can't see Gnabry keeping him
Because
out
now
for another week, 'cause he's just
now
just
Walcott's
better.
Gnabry had a few moments. He had his shot that
He's very
Stekeler
young,
had
very
to deal
raw.
with. Yeah.
And Chamberlain's he's more of a cultured player. He's got more experience. I don't think how he can keep him out of the team. I mean, for me, I want Podolski in there.
Yeah.
I want Podolski to start out of both of them because I just think he's more dangerous at the moment. He's more experienced. And I think you need those players in the team. But I can't see Gnabry keeping both of them out for another week. I can't see. But I think probably both Chamberlain, Podolski and Gnabry will all start against Coventry.
Yeah.
But if not, Thomas Eisfeld.
No, again, it was very controlled. There was a few chances for Fulham, but I was never really worried. To be honest, when I saw it was for 0-0 for a long time, I was pretty surprised because Fulham have had a bit of a torrid time, but they didn't. At the end of the day, they weren't going for the win, were they? Didn't look like they were going for the win anyway. And as soon as the first goal went in, it was it.
It was game over.
It was absolutely game over.
Although,
can
we have a little special mention of Darren Bent's miss?
Well, the thing is with Darren Bent is why is he still around?
Special mention.
How old
did
is
he not play football last season?
I don't know. How old is Darren Bent?
32.
Is he?
No, I don't know. I can't back that up.
Banging
Maybe
goals
you
in
should
for
look it up on
Charlton
your
like
undisclosed
12
tablets.
years ago. Yeah, we'll look it up.
Information.
The thing is with the thing.
Why don't you look it up? Shh, another voice.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
Go on. Yeah, no.
Shit.
He is shit, yeah. And
You know it's bad
I didn't
that
realise.
Berbatov keeps shouting.
I didn't realise Dempsey just wandered. It wasn't. I was like
Scott Parker. When did that happen?
I was like
Why are Tottenham playing?
I was like, when I saw Dempsey, I was like, right. And then I literally had to Google it, and
What
I was like,
happened to him?
he went to Seattle Sounders, and now he just popped up again at Fulham, so he must be on loan. It must be like, do you know when?
Didn't he leave when he had Fulham before Tottenham?
Yeah, he went to Fulham,
Then
then he went
went
to
to
Tottenham,
Tottenham for
then
a
he went
year,
to-
that was
then he
fun.
went to the Seattle Sounders in the MLS.
He popped up again.
He just popped up about.
But
It's one
shitter
of
than
the-
when he left.
It's one of these like Landon Donovan loan, isn't it? It's where it's their
Yeah.
off season, so he's just like, I'm good enough to play for Fulham. But I was like, what the fuck's going on here? I was like, did he actually leave?
I don't
Sorry
know.
to drop the F-bomb there, but
I'm gonna drop a much bigger word in the second when I get to my Liverpool review.
Right.
I've got nothing more really to add about the Arsenal game for. Again, a very controlled, efficient performance.
Yeah. I feel we've got a lot. I feel we've got a lot to talk about in the next game, so we should.
But then we've got the Villa. So we have Liverpool, Aston Villa, Liverpool at home to the team that we defeated away just 6 days before.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a 2-word review. Diving cunt.
Right.
And we all know... No, sorry, a 3-word review. Diving rat cunt.
Well, I think that's...
Who I would have liked in my team if we went this summer for £40 million and
Right.
40 million and £1.
Okay. Is that your review?
No, I'm going to now discuss the game.
Okay. Was that just a summary of it?
That's a summary. I think that's the headline. I think I've got people's attention with that. I wonder what this could be referring to. Anyway, Liverpool, I thought started the game better. I thought they were good in possession, created a few chances. Thought they looked like they were going to blow away Villa because Villa, I think, are in trouble this year. This week I think they showed something against Arsenal in the second half, where after they got the goal and I think probably, Benteke had a chance after he scored his goal, which I thought he could have put away, and a draw wouldn't have been an unfair result. Although Arsenal had a controlled performance, I thought a 2-2. If Benteke had scored that goal, they'd have deserved it. They showed something, and then they showed something again against Liverpool. Even though I thought that they, I think they play some bad stuff. I don't think they're particularly good, but they seem to like going over to Anfield at the moment, and they just hit you. They hit you with a hammer blow. Both 2 goals before half time, yeah?
Yeah.
Weissman and
Benteke.
Yeah.
We never have a good time with Benteke.
But both they just hit you with a hammer blow, and Liverpool just looked absolutely stunned. Yeah, it was well before half time because you got the equaliser. The first goal just on the stroke of half time. So I thought, Liverpool just looked stunned. They looked like, we've wiped away all of the small teams this year, much like Arsenal have. Struggled with the teams around you and above you, but anyone that seems to be below you, you score 4, 5 past them. I just thought it was going to be more of the same. But Villa out of nowhere, I thought it was poor defending for both goals. I thought you can't get away with that. I thought there was a hint of offside in the first goal, but I think actually on a reflection it appears that he was onside just. And so hit with a hammer blow, 2-0 down. And then excellent bit of football for the first goal, for Sturridge's goal.
Oh, yeah.
No. Was it Sturridge?
It was Sturridge, yeah.
It was Sturridge, but very nice football. The ball from Henderson,
the
back heel,
he's
sublime.
He's coming to age, isn't he?
Suarez again, dropping off. People, because they're scared he's going to bite them, they don't tackle him for some reason. They just let him run at you.
Not at his
nice little ball into Henderson. I thought, is that Zidane? No, it's not Zidane, it's Jordan Henderson.
Is it the Zidane? Zidane in disguise. That's his nickname, Zizou.
Jordan Henderson.
Jordan Zizou Henderson.
With a back heel assist. Absolutely brilliant, really good. And he's improved this year. He's showed that he's going to sort of be an integral part to your run-in for the season, your quest for Champions League. And then the finish from Sturridge, just so clinical, and it was on his right foot, I believe.
Yeah.
Was it on his right foot?
Yeah, it was a little
dink, just like really good signs for the to come back into the team, score in both games. Yeah, I thought it was excellent, and then so you 2-1. I'm thinking, well, you're going to get back into this. You're going to not just get back into it. You'll win it. I thought you were going to win it 4-2. Come out for the second half. And you started creating a few chances, but Villa were like, no, you know what? We're not too scared. We're going to hold our own here. 2-1. And then boom! Dive! What a dive! If you thought Sterling's was bad.
Right. Okay,
if you thought Sterling's was bad the week before, and it was essentially the same. What did he go? Did Sterling last week go, that worked well, didn't it? How did you do that? Oh, run towards the keeper, and then take the ball away from him, and then just jump into him. And then, he touched me. No, you touched him, you prick. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I feel sorry for Villa there, and I think the referees this season have been poor. There have been bad decisions every fucking week. Last week we had the joke against, with City and Newcastle.
Yeah.
Joke decision. This week, fooled again by the most honest player in the world, Luis Suarez.
Yeah.
It was a dive. He goes. He rounded the keeper. He rounds the keeper. The keeper, his arms He literally bangs his hands against the ground, against the turf. So he thinks they're going to go for you. He knows, all right, I've lost him here. Both his hands, you see them, they hit the floor, and then Suarez just kicks him in the stomach and then jumps over. Sorry, that's contact, but there's contact because you've gone into him. Yeah. You were going round him.
Yeah.
2-2.
2-2.
Of course it was, Gerrard. And then I'm glad you didn't get back into it. I'm glad you didn't get a winner. I'm glad Villa held out because I think you're actually worthy of a point. I don't think you deserve to lose the game because there were other chances. But I'm pissed off that that's the way you went about it. And why is he not doing that for Arsenal?
Right.
And we have Giroud.
Right. So first of all,
do you have anything to say about that?
I've got
diving little rat.
I've got quite a few things.
What notes have you put about it?
I've got my notes here. Thank you. One, it was a dive.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. It wasn't like a dive.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm a Man United fan and just go, no, he'd never dive.
It wasn't quite as bad as Cazorla's dive last year.
The thing is though, like, I don't understand how the referee gave it because it was going nowhere as well. It wasn't like it was like it happens all the time. But you look how many penalties Suarez wins by doing that. Not diving, because sometimes he doesn't dive, sometimes he does get clipped, but
he makes no effort to go for the ball.
It's like that's a play, do you know what I mean? It's like that's not a tactic that, right, I know when he gets into certain positions, he's like, I'm going to knock this round the keeper and just jump over him. Yeah. Done.
Yeah.
Why would I shoot? We can get penalties, Steven Gerrard's going to score it. So it was a dive, but
he makes no effort to go for the ball. That he kicks it to the left of the goalkeeper. He makes no effort to try and get there. He's just like, right, I've kicked the ball away. Now I'm going down. This is where I go down.
At least he's not going to get banned for being racist or biting someone. So
progress.
So it's progress, isn't it? Yeah.
Progress. Exactly. Rather a diver from handballing it off the line in a World Cup semi-final.
Let's put it this way, right? Suarez. He seems like a nice. Have you ever? He actually seems like a bit of a nice guy. I just think he's off the pitch, but I just think when he gets on the pitch, he's a bit hot-blooded, and he'll do anything to win.
I agree, but it doesn't annoy me.
No,
I just think. Do you know what? I don't even care in the game. I just think there should be a retrospective panel put in place for dives.
Yeah.
Just, what is it? So someone watches them go, I think there was a dubious dive in that game. Suarez went down awfully easy. And they go, oh, really? Yeah. Oh, well, let's put that to the panel. 3 people, experts on the decision, not us.
Maybe us. It could be us.
You never know how successful this will be.
I know.
But panel of experts, a couple of refs, they go together. They don't. Well, not refs, because they'll just stick up for the refs' decision, won't they? A couple of just external...
Rude Hullet.
Yeah. Exactly.
Ray Wilkins.
Maybe famous divers.
Famous divers.
Right.
Tom Daly.
Yeah. No, not Olympic divers. Yeah, they could have Tom Daly. What else is a diver? A dolphin?
Well, yeah, just a dolphin flipper.
Michael Owen can be in there.
Michael Owen.
Yeah, and they can sit there and they can go, is that a dive or not? And then if it's gone to a panel of 3 and they decide it's not a dive, fine. But
get the octopus to do it. Do you remember that octopus that could predict the games?
Exactly.
Was it a dive or not? Dive.
Yeah. You have 3 people. They decide whether they think it's not. If it is, 3-match ban. And I tell you what, it'll stop.
Yeah.
It'll stop. It'll just stop because Brendan Rodgers and the idea that that managers are saying to their players after the game, don't do that again. I don't know how you do Brendan Rodgers' accent.
He's Northern Irish.
Yeah, but it's not. But he sounds Scottish. Sort of. I don't know.
Does he?
He sounds a bit more. I don't know. Yeah, but he's like, hey, Louis. Don't do that next week. You really think he's saying that to him after the game? He's going, nice one, Louis. Excellent. More of the same. Worked last week for Sterling, and now it's worked again this week. Well done. You really think they're saying to him after a game? Don't do that. You're putting us you're making us look bad in the papers.
Yeah, I understand.
Or he's going, I liked us getting a point. It's bollocks. They like the rest. But I tell you what, he's going to say, yeah, you're going to get a 3-match ban now because the panel's going to see that. Well done, dickhead. We'd have taken the loss and we'll have you for the next 3 games. But now we're going to lose you. And it will just stop. He'd say, don't do it next time because if you're going to get banned, it will stop.
Yeah.
It'll stop the crap. It will stop the shitty little ones of just like they'll think twice. They'll think as they're going in for that ball. They'll think, actually, no, what? I might run and get the ball instead of just go down because I don't want to get a 3-match ban if they decide I've simulated.
Do you know what image I've got in my head now?
What?
I've got someone running into the FIFA headquarters with an iPad, going,
Listen!
listen, lads. Someone's
Mate,
done a
come up with
podcast. Someone's done a podcast. You need to listen to this shit. And then there's Sepp Blatter there with his earplugs in, listening to it, going, you know what? These guys are right.
I don't know why it has to be such. It's not.
Done.
It's referees can't get everything right.
No.
And it doesn't have to interrupt the game. I'm not asking for video evidence in the game, but why not have a panel? And you don't have to do it. You just have to have that panel in place for a couple of, and only one person would have to be charged, and it will stop. But
That's a good point.
they don't want me in charge.
Let's not go
Anyway,
too on about
2-2.
those. Right.
Right. What does that mean for our teams?
No, you've just
sorry.
gone on a rant about diving. I've got loads of things down.
All right. Okay.
Firstly, formation, bad decision.
What was the formation?
We just stuck to
3-5-2.
just stick to up top. Well, that's good, but it didn't work.
What was the formation? So 4-4-2.
Yeah, just Sturridge and
Sissoko.
yeah, Sissoko, he's absolutely useless. Next week I'm going to have
Ben
just a
Johnson,
Sissoko.
Torre didn't start the back, did he?
Yeah,
He
yeah, he did.
So,
Yeah. Sturridge looked good, brilliant finish. Henderson's looking good.
yeah.
Don't understand why you can bench Lucas. I've no idea.
Brought him on at half time.
Bought him on half time, then he went off injured.
Brought him on at half time. Oh, we're losing 2-1. Let's bring on the DM.
Yeah, I just start him.
Things like that.
He's
are
such
weird.
a good player. Like I think he's underrated. I think he's brilliant. I think Henderson's become a really good player this year, but that's mainly because of I think Lucas is absolutely he's such a good player. I think it was the wise man Zinedine Zidane said once, there's no point in putting another coat on a Ferrari if you're going to take out his engine. Lucas is the engine. People like Coutinho paint. Because Coutinho,
he's
useless.
like a wing mirror.
Yeah, wing mirror. He's alright sometimes. I think, personally, Sterling and Coutinho can't shoot. They can't score goals. They're both so lightweight. Coutinho will do something amazing, get to the end of the box and just roll it at the keeper. And
Did you see what I did?
I
took it round everyone.
He's not.
Now goalkeeper, here, have it.
He's Brazilian, not
I don't know what their accent's like.
Shrek. Anyway, yeah, I just don't think he's a bit too lightweight, and it annoys me because we're always linked to X, Y, Z. Oh yeah, they come in, and then we end up buying.
Sounds like a good player.
Who X, Y, Z?
Yeah.
And also yesterday I was looking at our bench, going, well, brilliant. Who are we going to bring on? I don't even know if I like Aspas or not because he doesn't play.
He looks ugly.
He scored one goal. Yeah, he is ugly, but that's not. You don't judge people on that, do you?
Who have you got in the FA Cup this weekend?
Pardon?
Who have you got in the FA Cup this weekend?
Someone's shit.
Yeah, you don't even know.
Don't even know.
It's not good, is it?
No.
I think I might have looked it up. You've got Bournemouth.
Bournemouth, that's it.
Bournemouth away.
Bournemouth away.
He'll play in that, you'd have thought.
Yes.
Or maybe it'll be fun, like you went out. Who did you go out to last year in the Cup?
Oldham. We got him again. 3 years in a fucking row, got Oldham. Matt Smith, the tall bastard. That was the worst. I was actually looking through my Twitter the other day. I don't do many tweets, but that day I did 5. All about Liverpool being shit.
They were shit that day. Particularly Suarez.
Yeah.
Captain Suarez.
Captain racist. Anyway, yeah. Villa, bad.
Are they in danger of going down?
Villa? No, I don't think they're in danger. No, I think there's so many.
They've got so many good players.
Yeah, because they've got that Albright and fella.
Which doesn't play.
He was on the bench. I saw him. I saw his face yesterday.
Okay. What have we got?
We're going to discuss where that leaves our teams.
Try and talk, made a sign.
Well,
where were we?
It leaves your
Villa.
team top.
Alright, so we're doing reflections.
No, I thought we were doing.
Let's carry on, we're still talking about Villa.
Yeah, I've done all my bit about Villa.
You done that?
Yeah, basically poor formation. Should have started Lucas from the start.
Yeah.
Done. If we
2-2.
should have done it. Should have started Lucas from the from the front. I think we should have dropped Coutinho or Sterling because I don't think they've. I like Sterling more so. I think Coutinho needs to drop in.
You think?
Yeah, I don't think he's added hardly anything. Brendan Rodgers likes his style of player. I thought you could have said, sorry Sterling, I know you don't like playing out there, but we're going to play Lucas and you can play out on the wing. You know you can swap round.
Yeah.
Done. Easy. But
it's not contributing enough, I don't think.
No, I have not been
goals.
impressed with him this season, and if you disagree with me, you're wrong.
Bold. So,
Okay.
where does this leave our teams? These 2 results.
Well,
Well, I can tell you where Arsenal are.
yeah.
Number 1 by 1 point. because City, it's inevitable.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to overtake us.
City are going to win a league.
We're gonna slip up.
The thing is with me, like with Arsenal
one
now,
point.
I think this is going to be. You're going to get top. I think you're going to finish second or third because Chelsea could come back, but I think probably second. If you don't win anything, is that still a good season?
I think it's a good season as we have progressed.
Yeah.
The last few seasons have shown absolutely nothing in the way of progression.
No.
We have shown one step forward, two step back, and that's mainly due to having to sell all of our best players.
Yeah.
Anyone that was world class went the season after they got world class. Apart from Fabregas, who was world class for quite a while.
Yeah.
But that sense of stability in the team is so important.
Yeah.
You watch the teams that win, they keep their core of their team and they add to them each summer. And it's no surprise that the first season that Arsenal keeps the core of their team intact and add to it with some genuine quality, we have
Done better.
we have done better than we have done the previous season. Rather than, we have lost Fabregas and Nasri, and Wilshire's out for the season. Now we're 9th by October, you know what I mean? And then you fight, and then they start to get it together after Christmas, and then they fight for 4th.
Yeah.
But we do it because Van Persie and Song had such a good season. We'll sell them then. And then back to square one.
Yes.
You're 9th in October,
not
and then
very
you fight for
productive, is
4th at the end of the season. Whereas this year, we had a good end of the second half of last year, kept everyone, brought in Flamini, brought in Ozil, brought in Yaya Sanogo. What a player he is.
I've seen him play about 7 minutes of football.
In the Emirates Cup.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll forget about Sanogo. And we're top of the league, and we're showing progression. I would like to show progression with something tangible, as silver.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Preferably
rather
silver,
than just more points.
Yeah.
But I think it's been successful so far. I think you can say, we are challenging. We're in amongst it challenging. I don't think we can really say that we have got really progression until we beat our big rival. And when they put out a full strength team, we have to beat a Chelsea. We have to beat Man United. We have to beat City. We have to beat one of them. I think really we need to beat 2 of them. Because I think if we lose to all of them again, I think we're going to slip to 3rd.
Yeah. And that, although you've had a good season, that
wouldn't
maybe
wouldn't show progression that much. It wouldn't be a successful season. But we're in it at the moment. We're in all competitions and we're looking strong. And you just have to look at the style of play to see that we have progressed. And I think you can say very similar thing about Liverpool.
Yeah, I mean, where Liverpool sit 4th, but we could go down to 5th if Everton win. Again, last season, never, were we ever challenging for 4th? Not really. It was in the back of our minds, but we weren't actually challenging.
Every time you'd win,
we'd lose
2 on the trot.
3.
Then Rodgers would come out and go, "We're going to get 4th."
Yeah.
And then you'd lose 3.
And then Suarez would be racist or bite someone.
Yeah.
So this season, I think it is progression. We're doing well. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
People will speak. Well,
I hope you
up
get
until
4th.
this week, people
Actually,
were
no, I don't, because I want Spurs to leave.
people were still speaking about Liverpool winning the title. We're not going to win the title.
I don't think you're going to
But-
win the title. But I don't think... I think Man United... Man City
I see it. No disrespect for Everton because they could prove me wrong,
They'll drop
or
off.
Tottenham. But I think it's now between us.
Tottenham.
Yeah, it's between us and United
For 4th, I agree.
for 4th. And this week, like
I
Mark
think-
downstairs, don't know what he was on about. Earlier, he was saying, if we win today, we're on the same points as you. You're 6 points behind us, and you're playing Chelsea away.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, is it?
Good luck with that.
Well, we'll say it now. Well, we'll come out at the end, I think.
So basically, nice progression so far, but need more players. Need a bigger. If we're going to do anything, need a bigger squad.
Okay, so after the first podcast, Arsenal are top, and Liverpool are 4th.
Would you take that at the end of the season? Both, of course, we fucking would.
I think we'd both be ecstatic.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's hope that stays. I think we're going to have to skip key points of the week.
I think we covered them all, haven't we?
Well, we were going to talk a little bit about the transfer window. Any dream transfer for Liverpool?
Dream transfer.
Well, do you think is there anyone on the cards?
There's been a few names floating around, but none of that I really care to have at the club. I don't know where we're going to get these players from. That's the problem. There's no one.
Are there world-class players queuing up to get to Anfield?
No, but
To join in the fun?
the thing is with Rodgers, his buys have all been quite either brilliant or
Bad.
So
No, I
like,
disagree.
well,
I think Sacco's been neither brilliant nor bad.
Well, but he's our marquee
Torres
signing.
been neither brilliant nor
No.
bad. I think Aspas has been
Bad.
We don't know yet, really. Barini, that wasn't this season.
Oh,
That's a
actually,
laugh.
I like Barini, but not for Liverpool.
Okay.
I think Barini could stay at Sunderland forever.
Sturridge has been.
The only real movement in transfer windows for us is the guy who plays for Basel, Salah. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name. The guy who scored both goals against Chelsea.
And is he come?
No, he's not coming. He's an Egyptian guy, and he's got some crazy nickname like the Egyptian Snake. But I remember when we bought that Jovanovic, guy, was that his name? Jovanovic? Yeah.
You've got a 5p attached to your leg. It's freaking me out.
Sorry about that.
I'm still there. It's like
yeah.
like in the Matrix or something.
Anyway, yeah, guy called Salah, but I don't really see. Have you seen Brendan Rodgers? Brendan Rodgers did an interview and he basically said we're not close to anyone. Which basically when Brendan Rodgers normally goes, yeah, we're going to buy loads of players and doesn't buy anyone or buys a few like.
I can't see you getting anyone in the transfer.
No, and if we don't get anyone and we finish, we don't finish in the top.
I just don't think there's anyone available to strengthen you. I don't like. I think you need better people. I think you need better wingers.
Yeah.
I think your midfield is actually okay. I think it's gonna progress. Well, apart from Gerrard will eventually keel over. I think your central midfield is going to be. I think it'll improve. I think they'll get better together. I think it'll be a bit like Arsenal. They'll gel. I think they're still in the process of gelling.
I tell you who we've been linked to.
Okay.
Will Hughes, the young fella for Derby.
Okay.
But I think he's a decent player. But again, we don't seem to buying players when we talk about them a lot and then never buy them and they go to better clubs. Like last year.
Yeah.
Let's buy this guy. Oh no, he's left. He's gone somewhere else now.
Okay.
It's just like I don't really see us. And the way Rodgers was speaking, he was like, "Yeah, I just don't think we have that much money either." Like in all honesty.
Yeah, fair enough.
So.
Well, Arsenal are linked with Dumitov, Berbatov. No, thank you. Don't think Wenger wants him. I don't know where the link comes. It's just paper talk.
Yeah.
It's just Berbatov's all right. Arsenal need a striker. They'll have him for $2 million. I don't think Wenger wants him. I don't think the fans want him. I don't think the team wants him. We've got great team spirit at the moment. You don't need that moaning prick around.
Just looked at the Mirror site. Apparently Liverpool are going to try and go for Jan and Villa.
Really?
Well, according to the Mirror,
he's a bad boy.
He is a bad boy. Him and Suarez.
Oh,
they
Jesus!
were not going well.
There's going to be racial tension.
No,
but then again, this might be sort of Suarez's epiphany in terms of race relations, and then they can just wreak havoc across Liverpool, burning down schools.
What I did see in the paper a while
kicking
ago,
dogs,
which I thought was completely had no legs, was Pedro from Barcelona.
He's not going anywhere.
If I was Pedro from Barcelona going, and the fee in the paper, I can't remember what the paper was, probably the fucking Daily Sport, but it was like £12 million. Could you imagine us going to Barcelona going, do you know that guy, the guy who's been playing for Barcelona since he was basically born and he loves Barcelona and who actually scores loads of goals for you and is really good. Can we have him for £12 million? Yeah. And he'd go, I can't wait to go to Liverpool.
Yeah, whilst they're in... You can't believe anyone's leaving Barcelona. Like this,
living the dream, aren't they? There.
I mean, but it's a real competition over there this year. There's 3 teams in there. No one's going to want to leave now. No, not going to happen.
No,
not that would happen anyway. Arsenal's other rumours are the young German Draxler. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's how I read it.
He's very good.
Draxler, very good.
He's very good.
Talks that the deal will be going ahead. No matter what, even if it doesn't happen in January, it will be happening in the summer. The Schalke will be accepting the buyout clause, although Chelsea are apparently interested as well, but he is keen on Arsenal. I'd like him. Wenger apparently wants to try and convert him into a centre-forward, although he is comfortable across all 3. I would absolutely love this to go ahead in January. I would love it, because I want a striker who is mobile and will run behind defenders, not an ogre who just holds the ball up in front. That's what all great Arsenal strikers have been made of. What? Lumps that hold up the ball. I've got nothing against Giroud in terms of his general play and his effort levels, but he is not Henry.
No.
And he is not. He's not even had a Bayor.
He is no
and
Henry.
He's not Van Persie, and he's not Ian Wright, and he is Giroud, and I don't mind it, but I want someone better. As you said, no team has ever won the title without having strikers really firing. And he's not really firing.
No. He chips
he
in.
scores. He chips in exactly, but you need more than someone who chips in.
Yeah.
And the other is Lascelles, the Forest centre half.
Yeah.
I think we're short at centre back, so I wouldn't be opposed to that. But I'm not going to lie, I don't know a lot about the guy, but he's young, from what I hear. So yeah, but in all honesty, I don't think we're buying anyone. I think none of them will go ahead. I think we will stick with what we have, because Bentner will be like a new signing when his
With his
ankle's
samurai
better.
haircut and his samurai beard.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to abandon. We're not going to abandon it completely. We're going to have to abandon our mutual hatred of Manchester United section was supposed to be this week. The joke that is David Moyes. But due to time constraints, I think we should change it and just have a quick preview of the game this afternoon and how shit United are. And how they're
Okay.
going to get dipped
I do
by
want to
Chelsea.
say one
but
thing,
then we'll
though.
save David Moyes for next week.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
He's fucking shit.
He is awful.
He's awful and he moans like a little bitch.
He is. I feel it's like having a little child in charge of a sweet shop.
Yeah, it's like his granddad's retired and given his 9-year-old boy the sweet shop, and he's just gone, I will do what I like, don't tell me this is wrong.
Who's been the most successful sweet shop owner ever.
It's
and
like-
he's made so much money, he's gone, now I'm going away now, little David, you take over the sweet shop.
It's like Charlie and the Chocolate...
Alright then,
It's like Charlie...
shall I sell penny cheese for a tenner? You're running it into the ground.
It's like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory going, Willy Wonka going, listen, I'm going to fucking give it to an Oompa Loompa. Just say, fuck it, I'm out of here.
Anyway, but we'll talk about that in detail next week. We'll do the joke that is David Moyes. And we'll have a bit more time to dedicate the hilarious downfall of Manchester United under this clown. But today we'll just have a quick discussion of what do we think? Chelsea United at Stamford Bridge. Who do we think is going to win?
Chelsea.
Agreed.
Yeah. If United...
I think it'll be 1-0.
Yeah.
Set piece, and then they'll take them out because they've got no Rooney and they've got no Van Persie and they've got no Sol. But to be honest, I hate the idea of it because I fucking detest Chelsea as well. Do you know what? I think I might hate them even more. But
I prefer a draw, 0-0.
I would like a draw, but the thing is, I think if United win today, they'll somehow get a bit of momentum.
Yeah.
And I think they'll really
They're
kick
not going to
on.
win. Mourinho's never lost at the Bridge.
But Mourinho's not lost at the Bridge. He's not going to lose today, so that's shower of shite.
Yeah.
Oh no, Fabio!
Chikorito!
Chikorito's going to do Cahill and Luiz.
Do you know what I'd like?
They're not going to lose.
I would like Fernando Torres to score a hat-trick.
I would like
because he's bad.
Eto'o to score because I prefer him to that prick.
Yeah.
So United lost.
Yeah,
really?
United lost.
United lost for me, I think. And do you know what? It's annoying because you want the teams around you to drop points, but there's no end to the satisfaction of watching United lose and just watching that Dutch skunk. You can't watch it. You can just imagine him in his little hotel room watching United lose and think, what have I done? Oh, I've got my medal. My one Premier League medal. You were going to be a legend, mate. You were gonna be an Arsenal legend. But they got my medal. Got my medal. And now you sit fucking chasing Europa League, being told what to do by David Moyes.
I know.
Oh, yes, Ferguson, he's such a good manager. He knows how to train us and make me score goals. Yeah, good luck for one season. Oh well. Anyway, I get so much satisfaction fantasising about RVP in his hotel room, crying.
Yeah.
So
Quite sour.
hopefully they lose, just so I can imagine that later on and get hard.
Maybe too far.
Thoughts on Bournemouth, Liverpool?
Liverpool, Bournemouth. We're going to put out a mediocre team and we're going to win 1-0.
Cool. You'll win 1-0. Fifth round. Arsenal have got Coventry at home. I'm going to the game Friday night under the lights. I believe we will win 4-0.
4-0.
We beat 6-1 last year in the Carling Cup, and we put out a donk patrol team and we stuffed them. I think we'll put out I don't think we'll put out a youth team. I think we'll put out a fairly experienced team. I think we'll see Podolski start. I think we'll see I think Bentner might be back, possibly. Don't know. I think we'll see Gnabry. I think we'll see Chamberlain. I think we'll see Rosicky. I think we'll see a good, solid team, and I think we'll wipe the park with them. And I think it'll be a jolly good, fun Friday night for me. That.
Yeah.
Till
Done.
next week.
See ya.
Where we will be proved wrong when we're both out of the FA Cup.
We're both at the FA Cup. United beat Chelsea 3-1. And,